12:24, it is going to be a warm and sunny start to the week. A lot of sunshine today, pushing temperatures back into the 80s, and still about the same tomorrow. Might be a few more clouds, but it could get a little windy in some areas on Tuesday, mainly I think in Cameron and Wilsey counties, but generally the upper valley should not be as windy tomorrow. Now, if you're making plans as we get closer to Thanksgiving, our best chance for rain could arrive on Thanksgiving, well, Eve, we'll call it, Wednesday and then maybe Wednesday night. I think Thursday, for the most part, on Thanksgiving Day is dry, but there will be a front in the area, so you never know. We have to see how it plays out, but I think there could be a few showers or storms popping up on Wednesday, maybe a few showers Wednesday night through about sunrise Thursday morning in spots, but after that, I think mostly dry weather for the rest of Thanksgiving and beyond for the next few days. Most of the holiday weekend doesn't have too much rain in it either. So temperatures right now back into the 80s. We're at 83 in Weslaco, 73 though at the island, where water temperatures are still in the cooler 60s to keep coastal areas a little bit cooler, but most places in the 80s. If you enjoyed the weekend, humidity was way down, so it felt good out there, but the humidity's been on a slow climb. Our mugginess, if you had to track it over the weekend, was probably hanging down in this more comfortable range most of yesterday, and then it's been climbing steadily and slowly today. And I think by later tomorrow, we'll be back maybe on this very humid category. So we know there's a lot more stickiness in the air by tomorrow evening and night. Wind speeds right now, not too strong. If you are doing some work outside today, getting ready for Thanksgiving, there's a little breeze around that may gust up to about 20 miles per hour or so today, mostly in the lower valley, but generally just a light breeze across the valley. Now, future track winds, I said, could get a little windy tomorrow. That's the only significant change between today and tomorrow. You see the winds this afternoon forecast is be fairly light into this evening, about 10 or 15 miles per hour overnight. Tomorrow, you notice in the morning, winds are a little stronger along the coast and eastern Cameron and Wilsey counties, and could be a little stronger there throughout the morning and afternoon hours. You notice there's almost no wind in the upper valley tomorrow afternoon, but with the a cold front approaching from the north is kind of starting to suck that wind up from the south, and some of that wind is kind of tracking right over the lower valley. So it could be a little gusty tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised to see gusts over 30 miles per hour, but again, mostly in Cameron and Wilsey counties. You get farther west in Hidalgo and Starr counties, and things look much quieter tomorrow throughout most of the afternoon. Satellite radar across Texas will show you more travel weather coming up, but it's pretty quiet out there right now. There's no rain in the state. Just a few high clouds coming in from the west, but things could get a little different by the time we get toward Thanksgiving for traveling around Texas, and even if you are headed west and northwest of Texas this holiday week, we'll show you too. But sunshine dominates this afternoon on Future Track. What you see out the window right now is about how beautiful it's going to be the rest of the day. And then this evening, the sun goes down. Skies are fairly clear early this evening, but we could start to see some clouds increase late at night as the humidity continues to kind of increase across the area. And tomorrow morning, don't be surprised to see, or feel, I guess, some wind around the valley, a little gusty, but mostly in Cameron and Wilsey counties during the day. Still a fairly partly to mostly sunny day across the valley. Warm again. We should be easily into the 80s tomorrow nearly everywhere. Might even touch 90 in Starr County tomorrow. And then Wednesday, there's a weak cold front coming in. Not a strong blast of cool air, but this front comes down and kind of gets stuck somewhere right in the valley. And with that front in the area, it could be a focal point for a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm, a weak thunderstorm on Wednesday. But you notice a lot of gray on the map indicating a lot of clouds on Wednesday, and that may be a factor in keeping temperatures down. So we may see some areas stay in the 70s on Wednesday, especially on the north side of this front in Starr County, but still not a big blast of cool air. Now, this front's still hanging around early Thanksgiving Day. That's why in the morning, if you're up early getting started on dinner, there could be a couple of light rain showers around, but I think this front will tend to fall apart later in the morning and afternoon, which should allow temperatures to bounce back probably into the lower 80s, at least in most areas by later on Thanksgiving. And if you want to see what the computer says, Future Track has it nice and warm this afternoon in the 80s, and then by tonight, not as cool because the humidity is coming up, so we're only near 70 or so tomorrow morning, which is a good bit warmer than it was over the weekend and this morning. Tuesday afternoon gets warm, could hit 90 in Starr County, and then on Wednesday again, that front comes in on Wednesday, but again, with the clouds around, it kind of keeps temperatures down. You see Future Track is only saying maybe 70s most of the afternoon on Wednesday. So if you want a cooler day to maybe get something done before Thanksgiving, you may have to dodge a little rain, but Wednesday does appear to be the coolest day of the week left. And then by Thursday, as the front falls apart, again, temperatures on Thursday for your Thanksgiving, you see early in the morning, are still fairly warm in the low 70s and then kind of warm back up, I think, as the day goes on. So your Thanksgiving forecast, going to be kind of warm out there. Still going for about 83. If the clouds hold on a little bit longer, it might be a few degrees cooler. It starts in the 60s in some areas in the morning, but maybe a sprinkle or shower early in the morning possible. But I think generally a dry day. So that turkey out there, remember, Dina, this is the turkey's been pardoned. So, we'll keep this turkey around for next year, too. And your first 1-5 AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Highs in the 80s today, 80s tomorrow, but it may hit 90 in Starr County on Tuesday. And then showers or storm possible. Probably going to be cloudy almost all day on Wednesday. That could keep temperatures down in the upper 70s or lower 80s for highs. And then Thanksgiving, if that weak front I showed you kind of falls apart, we should bounce back above 80. Should be dry during the day, just maybe a sprinkle or shower early in the morning. But then look at that. We turn the heat up again Friday and Saturday. Could hit 90 on Saturday, but there is yet another cold front that should finally cool off the tail end of the holiday weekend. Probably the most refreshing day will be Sunday afternoon to be outside. But we'll keep tracking your First Warn 5 forecast here on Channel 5 News at noon.